Hi, good morning, everyone. Carol Arcus here. So today is the first activation on our first look at food and our relationship with food. Now, as I've said in another video, it is most likely we have ancestors that died of starvation for one reason and another. Crops failed. Anything could have happened. The crops destroyed. By pests, by fire, anything is possible through the world, through the centuries. But the likelihood of us having ancestors having starved is pretty high. So this activation you're going to receive now, we're going to start off on the ancestors that, although were beginning to starve, they managed to get themselves somewhere where they found food. They had the strength and determination to do so for their family. Okay, so I'm going to begin soon. If you haven't got a drink, go and grab one. I've got a tea, but go and grab a water or coffee, whatever you like. When I drink to the ancestors, please take a sip to your ancestors. Now, there is nothing for you to do here. Just listen and drink when I drink. All right, so we're going to start soon. I'm going to just breathe in and out, and I'll talk through what I'm doing, but I'm going to close my eyes to deliver that activation so I can connect fully. It is up to you whether you want to take this out with you to the park, to the beach, sit quietly, but just have a drink with you, even go walking, and just make sure it's somewhere where you can concentrate and not be disturbed. Okay, and we will begin. So, arriving here in this moment, in this time, breathing in and out, feeling comfortable, safe, secure in this place, in this time, feet firmly on the floor. I reach out and back through the centuries to connect with my long lost ancestors, my long lost family, through the many centuries of living that I and my family have been here. And calling back now as blood calls blood, calling back to the ones that died through lack of food, the ones who died through lack of the very basic things they needed to eat, the ones that forego their food to give to their children, their small ones, to keep them alive longer. Reaching back through the centuries, I call back the ones from the 18th, 19th, and 20th century, the ones that were starving, the ones that were, however, determined to live and determined that their family should live. And you managed to pull through, you managed to find food, you managed to borrow, beg, steal food so that you and yours could live. Calling back the grandmothers, the mothers, the fathers, the sons, the ones that did everything in their power to live. You were near starvation, but you survived. Calling you back in here now to feel your strength, your resilience, your determination, your determined efforts so that you and your family could live. And I thank you and I drink to you. Reaching back through the centuries, as blood calls blood, I'm reaching back to the 15th, 16th, 17th centuries, to all of the ancestors that came before me that suffered from starvation, the ones that didn't have food, that the food was short, the food wasn't there. I'm calling you back here now, the ones that gave up their meals for their children, the one that gave up their bread for their daughters and sons. Calling you back here now, those that were resilient and strong and determined, and you sought food, you stole food, you borrowed, you begged, and you traveled widely to feed your family. Calling you back here now to receive the strength and determination of that time, of your time. Calling you back here now for you and us to join for a moment in time. And I call you back here now and I thank you and I drink to you. Reaching back and back through the centuries, the 12th, 13th and 14th centuries, as blood calls blood, calling back the ancestors of mine that suffered from a lack of food, that were near starvation, the ones that were losing their children and they were determined not to, the ones of you that were determined not to starve, the ones of you were determined to live. Your strength, your passion for your family, your love of your family that kept you alive by doing all you could, calling you back here now to receive and feel your strength, your determination. And for us to send you back love, love through the centuries, through the lines, through the years, calling you back here now for me to say thank you. And I drink to you. Calling back further and further through the centuries to the 9th, 10th, 11th centuries, calling you back here now, all of my relatives that were near starvation, were near dying through lack of food, calling you back here now, the ones, the grandmothers, the mothers, the fathers, the sons, the granddaughters, the grandsons, those of you near starvation, but those of you with so strong resilience and so determined to save your family that you sought the food and you survived. You sought to beg, steal, or borrow that food and you lived. You did what you could to live, to feed you and yours. Calling you back here now to receive your strength, your determination to live. And for us, all the ones that came after you, to send thanks and love through the centuries, through the lines, through the complex chains of the strands of life that bind us. And I say thank you, and I drink to you. Calling back further and further through the centuries, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th centuries, calling back all the ones in my line. As blood calls blood, I'm calling back the ones that were near death due to lack of food, but you survived. You did what you could to save you and yours. You gave bread to your children. You gave bread to your partner. You gave up everything, but you survived. You begged, you stole, you borrowed the food. Whatever it took for you to survive, we call you back here now to receive your strength, your determination to live, your determination to do what you could for your family and yours. And we that came after you are saying thank you to you. We would not be here without your strength, your fortitude, your resilience, and your determination to live. And we call you back here now for us to send love, love and thanks through the centuries. And I drink to you. Calling back further and further through the centuries, times long gone by, ways of life long forgotten, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th centuries. As blood calls blood, I call back to the earliest of my line, to the earliest of my ancestors, the ones of you that were near starvation, the ones of you that had no food and gave up what you had to keep your little ones alive, the ones of you that forego everything, the ones of you that begged, stealed, borrowed food so that you and yours could live. Calling you back here now to receive and feel your strength, your resilience, your determination to survive. Calling you back here now to receive the love and blessings of the line, the love and blessings of all that came after you. All of us that came after you are here due to your strength, your resilience, your purpose. And we send love down through the centuries and we say thank you. And we drink to you. And now, as I sit here and I look back through the centuries and I see all the ones that came before me, I ask that all of the line turn to the ones that came before you. I ask you to nod, thanks, acknowledge and see them. As blood calls blood, I acknowledge every century, every thank you, every piece of love and blessings that is flowing down through the line towards you, as every century, as every generation is turning towards the ones that came before. And we all say thank you, and we drink to you. As blood calls blood, I say thank you. I thank you for your strength and resilience. And with that, I return to this place in the 21st century, to the room I sit, to the day, to the place, and you can open your eyes. Well, I know there was definitely a lot of activity around the 12th century for me. I'm sure it's going to be different for everyone watching. Please let me know if you experience any vivid dreams or anything like that over the next few days. Otherwise, I will see you again tomorrow for when we will share our thinking about food. Bye for now.